Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett. Oh no, I think I'm about to have another episode.
Charlie, how come you never do podcasts every day anymore? Well, there's busy things going on in my life. It's been a really trying time. I had a divorce this year, had a lot of travel, very strange holiday season. Yeah, but them no excuses. How come you just don't sit down every night and stay up till like 4 o'clock like you used to and make a podcast, talk about something, talk about Donald Trump or some dogs or the sirens I hear in the background? Well, I'm doing my best. I'm trying my hardest to get out this information and these materials. And man, I got a family, I got kids, I got businesses I'm running. It's kind of hard. I don't want to hear excuses. That's terrible. You're a terrible man. I'm mad. I'm not gonna listen to your podcast anymore. I'm gonna throw my iPhone on the ground and send you the bill. Well, I sure hope you don't do that. I'm doing. We're trying to get this information out, and I'm speaking publicly. I fly back and forth to Hawaii. Just shut up. I don't want to hear it anymore. Be quiet anymore. I'm done. Well, for the rest of you, keep listening. All right, team. Let's take a break in the middle of the Keeping Your Money episodes, and let's do something different here because I had an experience that I want to talk about. Now, I've been working with Andy Guzzi. He's a financial advisor in the Chicago area, incredible financial advisor. If you happen to be anywhere near Chicago, even if it's a 3-4 hour drive, get out there and see Andy Guzzi. You can contact me. But Andy's an incredible advisor that I know from the events that we go to. We're at so many of the same trainings that he's become a friend. Well, last year, 2016, we started to do seminars together in his area. So I was coming in as the podcast host and as an author and as a partner of Andy's, and Andy was working with the local people there, helping them apply the strategies and techniques of renovating retirement to their finances. And we had incredible results. We've done a ton of good for people. Now, last time I was speaking, somebody asked an interesting question, and I thought it worthy of an entire podcast. It might be a short podcast, but that's okay. It's a snack. It's like a podcast snack. It's an hors d'oeuvre. It's an hors d'oeuvre cast. Pod d'oeuvre. I don't know what to call it. But in the middle of my teaching, somebody in the audience, one of the pre-retirees or retirees, raised their hand. And I said, yes. She proceeded to say, Charlie, what's your net worth? How much are you worth? I thought it was a really funny question. I've thought about this a lot in my life. A lot of what I teach applies to this, but she didn't know that. So I immediately said, well, somewhere between $100 and $100 million. And then I went on to teach some of the things that I'm going to teach you here. People, if she's asking what my net worth is to try to determine whether or not I can help her, she has already lost the retirement game. And in asking that question, she's certainly lost my help. Folks, Tiger Woods had a coach. Was the coach better at golf than Tiger Woods? In his day, Mike Tyson had a lot of coaches. Should Mike Tyson have had a rule that said, hey man, you can't be my coach unless you can knock me out? Is it a requirement of coaches, advisors, educators, that they be better at what you're trying to do, or that they've achieved more results than what you've currently achieved? Is that a requirement for someone to tell you the truth? Does my net worth determine whether 2 plus 2 is 4 or 2 plus 2 is 5? Well, if it does, obviously, Donald Trump is going to have to, hire a bunch of incredibly wealthy people to have any shot at being a good president, right? I mean, he's already I think he's a billionaire, right? I don't pay much attention to him, but I believe he's a billionaire. So he's going to have to hire billionaires that have more billions than his billions, or else they're not worth even listening to. Isn't that true, right? In what other industries does it make sense to use this same type of logic? You have to be better than or have gone through the same thing as me before I'll even pay attention to you. If you have a brain tumor, do you only consider surgeons who themselves had brain tumors and then had them removed and lived? And then you can say to them, oh yeah, well you've been through this, so now I can trust you. Oh, well doc, wait a minute, you had a brain tumor, right? That's cool. You passed test number 1, but your brain tumor needs to be bigger than the tumor I'm dealing with, or else I can't take your advice or your surgery. It doesn't matter how many you've done of these. People, I had a friend stand up one time in a church I was attending a long time ago, And he said, I just discovered I have a brain tumor. I have 6 months to live. Shocking is an understatement when you hear somebody say something like that. Don't know why this was the case, but I felt like I needed to be involved and helped raise a bunch of money for brain surgery, helped find different doctors all over the country. I mean, basically, we had it narrowed down to a doctor. I was in San Diego at the time. We had a doctor within 2 hours, like LA or something like that, that had done, I don't know, a couple hundred of these brain surgeries or something like that. And then we also found a doctor in the middle of the country, far away. It wasn't close. We're not going to drive there. It was going to take more money for flights and hotels and things like that. But he'd done like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but he'd done like thousands of them, like 3,500 or 55, something crazy. I don't know how many surgeries a doctor can do, but it was a very obvious difference between a couple hundred and multiple thousands. Huge difference in experience. So we picked the cost of flights and the cost of travel and to have the doctor with all the experience. However, it never one time ever crossed any of our minds to say, well, wait a minute. Has this doctor ever been through having cancer? Did the doctor have a bigger tumor than my friend had? Because it's irrelevant. It does not make any difference. I don't care what he's been through. I care what he knows how to do with a knife. Can you take the tumor out of my friend's brain better than anybody else in the world? I don't care what's happening in your brain or whether or not you had tumors. What if you're painting a 3,000 square foot home? Do you go into Home Depot or Lowe's and you request a paint specialist, but you say, but wait a minute, but their house has to be bigger than mine. Their house has to be at least 3,200 square feet or else there's no reason to listen to them talk about paint. Hi there, I need help with paint, but first, how big's your house, big boy? Eh? Is it bigger than mine so I can feel comfortable listening to your advice on the paint color? People, it's ridiculous. It's silly. Do you refuse to eat steak cooked by vegetarian chefs? When the steak comes, you say, wait a minute, does the chef eat meat or not? I can't trust anybody that doesn't do exactly the same things as I've done and even better than me. It is this list of imaginary needs that you have for your advisor that's destroying financial planning in America. Financial planning, people, it is about truth, period. It's about the truth. How much rate of return has this thing earned? How much money will my portfolio lose if 2008 repeats itself? How much have these annuities earned, or what's the guaranteed income? It's about the truth, period. The advisor means 100% nothing. Nothing. We are totally and completely irrelevant. Our job is to be a window, a windshield, allowing you to see the data that you need to see. We mean nothing. Trusting advisors will destroy your plan. Now, it's this list of imaginary needs that you have that's messing up your retirement and the retirement planning industry. Your office needs to be so nice that it takes my breath away just to be there. You have to send me birthday cards every year. You need to show up at funerals and parties for my family. It's a relationship. You need to respond to emails or calls within a day because, oh my goodness, for God's sakes, if you don't do that, that means you don't tell the truth. You need to be worth more money than me so I can feel comfortable following you. You need to dress really nicely because God knows when you put on a t-shirt and shorts, your ability to tell the truth goes away. You need this. You need that. You need this. You need. You. And as long as you mix that wonderful, beautiful cocktail of psychological persuasion, I'll do anything you ask me to do, even if I lose money. Welcome, Edward Morgan Lynch. I want you in my life. At the funerals and taking my money. Dun, 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 dun. People, that's how we got where we are today. The industry learned that you will roll over and take anything we ask you to do as long as we use the right cocktail of psychological persuasion. Folks, why wouldn't you be the ones taking a stand and saying, forget all that crap? I don't need you at funerals. I don't care what you're worth. I don't care how you dress. I don't care what you've been through. Give me 30% more retirement income than anybody else. Help me pay less taxes. Give me more safety so I lose less money than anywhere else or lose no money since it's optional. For the last 20, 30 years, losing money's been optional. More risk, more rewards, a total crock. Help me leave more money behind to loved ones at no additional cost. And I don't care if you're poor and living on the streets. Just give me the best retirement. Why aren't you standing up screaming this from the rooftops? Why would you need an advisor, a coach, to be better at what you're trying to do than you are? Tiger Woods doesn't have that and would never even look for it. Mike Tyson didn't have that in his day and never even looked for it. Donald Trump's not going to find people with more billions than his billions to try to take advice from. He's going to find people that understand foreign relations or the economy or budgeting. He's going to look for somebody with the skill he actually wants. In an advisor, are you looking for the skill for them to increase their own net worth as successfully and efficiently as possible? Or are you looking for them to have the skill of helping you increase your net worth and help you protect your net worth? Folks, if you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s and looking for somebody in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who's been able to accumulate a higher net worth than you have in 2/3 to half the time, chances are they've accumulated that net worth by ripping people off like you. Net worth means absolutely nothing. It's a terrible question. It's a terrible requirement, and it will hurt you. Truth is truth, people. No professional athlete has a coach who plays better than them, or that coach would be playing the sport and hiring a coach who doesn't play as well as them, or else they wouldn't be coaching. They've got the gift of coaching. They have knowledge. They have experience. They know how to help you, not themselves. That is not what you're looking for. Again, folks, same message. Truth is everything. And the rest, everything else this industry is built on. Colorful charts, three-piece suits, offices that are beautiful and breathtaking, little gifts, little cards, all of it used the wrong way means absolutely nothing. Now, caveat, not caviar. Let me step out here for a second and say it can be an expression of selfless love for an advisor to say, this industry is difficult because so many people have been lied to and pillaged that it's hard for them to take any advice. Let me give them the Novocaine of being a nice person and having client parties that I pay for, and having comfortable couches that feel good to sit on, having beautiful marketing materials that are easy to read and helpful to understand so that I can deliver the message, deliver to them, help them do what they want and need to do in the most comfortable way possible. People, all of that is fine. I want Novocaine before you drill into my teeth. However, you have to be doing the right thing after using those tools, or you are a crook. If somebody gives you Novocaine, pulls out the wrong tooth, or does some other weird thing that I can't even think of right now that would be wrong in dentistry, they're a crook. They didn't help you. If they give you the Novocaine to take the pain away, and then they do wonderful work at a fair price, that's a great, great transaction. That's what we're talking about. It's not wrong in and of itself to use any one of these tools or techniques to bless and love somebody and make them more comfortable. I'm not challenging that. I have an office. It has a couch in it. I work with people that have offices on the 15th floor with beautiful views. It's fine because behind the scenes, they're paying for that out of their pocket, but still, for every client, doing the right thing, doing what they would want done to themselves, doing what they would do for their mom, no matter how much it pays, and it always pays less. It always pays less than ripping people off. Trust me, I can show you all the data, it's no problem. Nothing the crap advisors do to make you feel comfortable is necessary in the slightest. You don't need it. If you take control of your own situation, and you know and you understand that nobody cares more about your money than you do, you earned it, not me. We didn't earn this money. It is your money. Nothing will change. That it's all the money you have in the world, and that you're going to be one of 20, 100, 300, 1,000 clients that we have. Nothing's ever going to change that. Everybody needs to be on the same page here. Nobody cares more about your money than you do, and you need to take control. And when you hire an advisor, you are the one in charge, holding them accountable to do what is best for you. And if they're using psychological manipulation techniques instead of the truth, you can't do that. There has to be some way to measure if they're doing the right thing. The 3 N's: in case, income, increase. Did they give you all 3 types of money? Anybody that doesn't give you all 3 types of money gets fired whether you like them or not. They're not capable of doing their job. Has it passed the 5 Lives test? Do they even talk about the 5 Lives test? Do they even care? If they just say, how much money you got? Let's put it over here because you're going to make 7 or 8% in our portfolio of schmoochy. If you just have one big pie with risk with a side of fees, and they haven't said, what about long life, short life, rough life, sick life, and into the next life, but they say, you know what? You have so much growth here, it can really take care of everything and anything that might happen in your life, and I get paid every month whether I work or play golf. People, that's a child and a crook. Long life, short life, rough life, sick life, into the next life. What if you live forever? Do you have income? What if you die soon? Is your family going to be taken care of? Do they have enough income? What about in emergencies? Do you have access to enough money? What about long-term care that costs $8,000, $9,000 a month for 2.3 years or whatever it is right now? Can you cover that? Could your spouse even live after that? Could your kids still go to college if that happened to you? What about the next life? What about transferring money to charities or loved ones in the most tax-efficient way possible, or making life the way you want it to be for them? People that don't even bring this up have no business being in the advisory field at all. They're not even advisors. They're salesmen. They're mutual fund retail salesmen ripping you off so they can buy another car. People, it's your retirement, not mine. It's your retirement, not your advisor's. Your advisor's net worth does not matter. I would so much rather you be with a broke advisor, dressed poorly, meeting in his or her home, if they tell you the truth, than I would be for you meeting some slimy snake oil salesman crook who's loaded and has a net worth 10 times yours, who's going to rip you off and steal from your family. Remember, truth is everything. I make these podcasts because I think you people are the best. Folks, if you need help with your retirement plan, if you want a straight shooter, somebody who's not trying to impress you, but is going to be a windshield and make every decision so clear that each decision is easy. If you want to be taken care of, whether you have a long life, short life, rough life, and into the next life, get in touch with me, Charlie@JewettWealth.com, CHARLIE @JEWETT wealth.com, or you can just give me a call, 760-233-8741. 760-233-8741, and myself or Jan or my dog Tiger will answer the phone and either say hello or woof, and we'll take care of you. Bye-bye now.
Renovating retirement with Charlie Jewett.
That's all, folks.